Coming straight from the cockpit, it's another episode of Lunatic Fringe with the fucking pilot.
Ready, set, go. All right, once again, this is the fucking pilot in the can with another edition of Lunatic Fringe Into the Void via the magic of the internet. I've got a couple other very cool people to talk about and get some fun stories from. So tell me, who the fuck are you guys and what do you do?
My name is Billy Sharman and my wife is Angie, and we are the owners and operators of Skydive Pretoria here in South Africa.
Skydive Pretoria in South Africa. Jesus, man, I've been bouncing all over the world with people. It's pretty cool. So that's where in Africa? That's a big place.
Yeah, we're in a small little town called Pretoria. That just happens to be the capital, and it's about an hour from Johannesburg.
Okay, all right. Why do I know that name, Pretoria? What was the Blade Runner guy? Didn't he have to go to court there?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Killed somebody. You gotta jail for that shit.
He did, man, legless or not. But we're not here to talk about legless South African runners. That's not the podcast. That's not this podcast anyway. I'm sure that'll be on another one. Yeah. So what is it you guys do? You own Skydive Pretoria, so you're drop zone owners and operators. But how'd you guys get your start in skydiving?
Well, I started off as I went to the drop zone, did the tandem. My mom was a skydiver back in the days. She was California state champion in style and accuracy for a while back in like the late 60s, early 70s.
Wow.
Then one day, I decided I was going to go do a skydive, and so I went to Davis, California. I went to Action Air Parachutes and decided, let's go for a skydive. So I did one. And they had a 20% off discount there. And they said, "You want to go again?" I said, "Fuck yes, please." I loved it that much. I did 2 tandems on the first day.
Nice.
And then, I pretty much quit my job about a week and a half, 2 weeks later. And about 3 weeks after that, I had my AFF rating, my A license. And then I moved on to the drop zone about another week after that.
Oh, geez. So you'd dove headfirst straight into the lifestyle without even looking back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. How about you, Angie?
I believe I didn't have a choice. I grew up on a drop zone. So my mom and my dad jumped. My mom's got about 50 jumps. My dad, when he stopped jumping, I think he has about 1,400 jumps. Proper weekend jumpers, but as you know, seasons and whatever in Europe and in Germany. So we'd only drive there on weekends in the summer. So my dad gave me an option when I turned 14. He said, either you can go do your AFF when you're 18 or you can do a tandem now. Which one do you choose? It was a no-brainer, so I waited.
Oh, nice. And decided to go balls out for it. So if you were a weekend kid at the drop zone, then you started out as a packing weight and then learned how to pack parachutes and the whole 9 yards, I bet.
Yeah, my first pack job from start to end that someone jumped, I think I was 12, somewhere there, 12, 14.
Wow, that's a trusting motherfucker right there. No. Well, so Billy, you got started in Davis, California, where I flew for a while. So you started as a fun jumper, but how did you end up working in the sport? Because if you just kind of dove in headfirst to the lifestyle, first off, what job did you quit to do that? Were you you weren't flipping burgers or anything? If you just quit the job,
I had a job at a place called Safari West in Northern California, there by the wine country. And I was a local tour guide, taking people to show them all the African animals it's near Calistoga, I guess you would say, in the Napa Valley.
Wait, hang on, back up. So wait, you're a South African living in Northern California giving safari tours?
Yes, sir.
What the fuck? What? How the fuck did that happen? Come on. You're kidding, right?
Well, I'm dead serious, Dead serious. My mother owned a store called African Odyssey, and she knew these guys that had this the Lang family, who
Still have.
they still have it actually. Yeah, they have this farm called Safari West, and they've got lots of animals there. They've got like
They have
10
a giraffe
10
barn.
giraffe, yeah, massive giraffe barn. They've got ibis. They've got birds.
A herd of buffaloes. I think they have the biggest herd of buffaloes in Northern America.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
African buffaloes. Yeah.
In Northern California.
Yeah.
And so you were giving African safaris in my backyard, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Make people eat poop.
Yeah, it's they weren't eating it. They were holding it. You know, you got these people coming from San Francisco, and we've got the Watusi cattle sitting there, and you know, I tell them what the Watusi cattle were and how the Africans made their houses. And you know, I pick up this dried dung, I guess you could say, and I hand it off to them. I said, "Look, you can smell it. It doesn't smell like anything, but you can mix it with mud, and it sticks nice and strong, and it makes a nice house."
Make people hold it.
And I got these ladies with long red fingernails and, you know, massive diamond rings coming in from San Francisco, you know. And they're like, "Oh, yeah, no, you're right. It doesn't smell. You're absolutely right." It's unbelievable.
You must have just been cacking yourself inside.
I loved it. It was such a good time.
It had
Such
to
a
be.
good time.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. Well, and I'm going to fast forward just a little bit because I know, Angie, you for quite some time gave actual tours in real safaris in Africa.
Yeah, that's right. In Botswana mostly. For about, I think 3 years solid, I pretty much lived in the bush, dug holes for toilets, and lived in a tent.
And Billy fucked with rich people from San Francisco.
I was
That's right.
I was on the Hollywood safaris, you know.
That's fucking awesome. Dude, I had no idea. That's fantastic. So you quit fucking with rich women and shit to go live a full-time life as a skydiver.
Yeah.
All right. So what did you since you started in Davis, California, which is almost in the same area, did you just like move onto the drop zone and say fuck it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Pretty much. I had saved up quite a bit of money and decided to spend that money. And then when I finished spending that money, I decided, well, what am I going to do now? So I started rigging and became a rigger. Also, main reason is because I was wanting to be a swooper, you know. We all get this glorified life that the swoopers are the kings, you know.
Sure.
So we wanted to become a swooper, so I became a rigger, so I didn't have to pay for my fucking pack jobs every week. You know, I think I went in the water more than anybody I know.
So how long did it take you from the time you made that first jump until the time you were working as a rigger? How much time did you put in to get there?
That was about a year, maybe.
Wow, that's fast.
Yeah.
So you were just full on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And this is all in Davis at Skydance.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I spent
1,000 jumps in a year.
Spent all my money in 1 year, and then I had no more money, so I had to do something. And then,
So who were you rigging with at Davis? Who was the master rigger there?
Keith. You know Keith?
Keith Wyatt.
Keith Wyatt.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Know him well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good old Uncle Ray. And good old Uncle Ray, he gave me the test.
Uncle Ray gave you the test, huh?
Uncle Ray gave me the test, Joe.
Oh, Uncle Ray. I think Jim and I reminisced a little bit about Uncle Ray.
He's a fucking good man, that time.
Oh, I love Ray. He's what's
he's
nice.
Really helped.
Oh yeah, man. No, he did the same thing for me. He's by far the most amazing, nicest asshole I've ever met.
Exactly. They labeled that one exactly on the for sure.
Without a doubt. Now, you used to butt heads with him pretty good, though, didn't you?
Absolutely.
I mean, you were, because when you and I met, I think probably now with the numbers that you've just laid out was probably going into your second year in skydiving.
Second or third year. Second or third year in skydiving,
and you were like the proper cautionary tale when I started working there.
Yeah.
don't do what Billy does.
Don't do what Billy does.
Yeah. Now, and this is actually a story we mentioned before we started rolling here, that your wife might not even know this story, and I only know very brief parts of it, so I'm going to dig this one out of you. You got yourself in a deep amount of trouble, and somehow ended up getting a van stuck near the drop zone, on what turned out to be quite a long night/day. What was that whole story about?
Oh no, we had one of those bonfire parties, and I met this young lady, and she wanted to say hi and get to know me, I guess you could say.
Oh.
And we weren't allowed to stay on the drop zone. I had to move away from the drop zone, so I drove a little ways, and she eventually said, "Yeah, this is good enough." And I just went about 2 feet too far, and the front right wheel of my van slipped down into a what do they call them? They call them an irrigation ditch, I guess you could say. That feeds all.
Yeah. Well, and for those that don't know, Davis and the Yolo County drop zone, it is surrounded by farm country. I mean, it should be in the middle of like Indiana. It just happens to be in Northern California. It is flat and rice paddies and fields of God knows what all over the place. So you got stuck in an irrigation ditch in a van with was she a tandem student?
No, she was a jumper.
Oh, an active jumper.
Yeah, I'm not that bad. Hey, come on.
Up. What? What? There's nothing wrong with that.
What? Oh, you're there blushing, and we know you are.
Okay, so you get yourself stuck.
Anyway, so I got stuck, and the next morning, I walked. I couldn't get the car out, so I had to fucking walk to the drop zone. And when I got to the drop zone, I heard the announcement, "Billy, please come to manifest now." So I went to manifest, and Ray says to me, "Is that your fucking car sitting there in the ditch?" I was like, "Yeah, Ray, I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to I called AAA. They're on their way. I'm getting them. They're coming to move it out." And he eventually said to me, "Billy, get your shit. Get all your fucking shit and get the fuck off my drop zone." So I think I was one of the only people that ever got kicked off a Ray's drop zone.
Yeah.
I mean, it hindered the guys shooting guns. I think they were shooting clay pigeons on that side. Nothing really dangerous, it's only a clay pigeon.
All right.
A shotgun, okay, really. So yeah, I gathered my stuff and off I went. And and it's funny, when I was leaving, my buddy Wes said to me, "Billy, I'm starting up a drop zone in Lake Tahoe in about a year. You must come and since you don't have a job yet, you must come and work for me." I said, "Yeah, I'd love to." He says, "You need an AFF instructor rating, and you need you've got your rigger's ticket, so exactly what I need, and you'll fit in perfect. You're exactly what I want." So I said, "Sweet, I'll be there."
Well,
so
hey, one opportunity to the next.
Exactly. No, Wes Herbert's good man.
Now, after you got your ass tossed off a Skydance, did you ever mend fences with Uncle Ray?
Ray's been one of the biggest helps in my life when it came to starting my own drop zone. He's given me a lot of information, a lot of help. He's given me a lot of help with the aircraft. I bought parts from him. Like I bought a railing from him that I couldn't find anywhere else in the world. I scoured the planet for handrails and the jump door kit that I have on my aircraft.
Sure.
And it gave me a great price. That shit's fucking expensive.
Yeah, it is. Well, you guys are flying a PAC 750 out there, yeah?
Yep.
That was Uncle Ray's airplane, boy. I tell you what, man, that bird is a fucking beast.
Yeah, no, it's a good plane, eh? It's a good plane.
Yeah. Well, we'll make this section of the podcast the Praise Uncle Ray section, because I can say the same thing for me in regard to flying. The only reason that I'm a jump pilot is because he gave me a shot, not just in a shitty little 182, but he put me in the PAC 750 as my first turbine. So the only reason that I made it as far as I did was because of Ray, without any shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
I also waxed that fucking plane like Mr. Miyagi and got yelled at more than I can possibly remember.
Yeah.
But sometimes it was worth, or sometimes I deserved it. Not always.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But so if you got thrown, you didn't just get thrown off because you got your van stuck in a ditch trying to, have at it with one of the jumpers. The fuck else did you do?
No, I think it was a combination of, a bunch of, I don't know. I was rowdy. I can't go down that road, hey.
Yeah, you were a rowdy little fucker.
Yeah, I was, you drink too much and all that nonsense, and yeah, I'm not like that anymore. Thank goodness, my wife sorted that out.
Yeah. Speaking of, so Angie, how did you dive into? I mean, obviously you were kind of born into skydiving, but how did you end up making it a lifestyle?
Well, before I already started jumping, so we were going every weekend to the drop zone, and then I did my AFF, and then obviously winter season came quicker than what you could think. So then you get really, really bored and you hate life, and you try to find something else, but it hits you really hard. And then I think I wasn't even jumping for a year yet. I was doing an apprenticeship with SAP, the company software company.
Okay.
And they sent me down to South Africa to, because my English was like non-existent, to learn English, to work there at SAP and whatever. And I was like, South Africa, cool. Where's the next drop zone? So off I went. I was really stoked, and I was like, okay, let me take my rig. And before you knew it, I think I had 127 jumps or something like that. And I ended up at the drop zone, funnily enough, here in Pretoria.
Oh.
In 2006. And was like, oh my God, it's in the middle of winter. These guys are still jumping. This is freaking amazing.
Hey.
And then I figured out they jump all year round.
Yeah, there are places that actually do that.
Yep, and that was just like, okay, I'm sold. Thank you.
Nice. So you had a normal job, and then you found, kind of nirvana because you got to jump all the time.
That's right. I was like, this is amazing. And so I did a lot of things to just get money to jump. I've cut my hair off on stage for like 400 euros. I've cleaned toilets.
Wait, back up. You did what on stage?
So
not that kind of stage.
It was like a hairstylist show in Frankfurt. They cut my hair off, like it was really, really long, and they took, I don't know, I think it was like a knife and scissors and whatever. It was one of those Paul Mitchell
Oh, fair
shows.
enough. Hey, I've done a lot weirder shit on stage for jump money.
I've heard that. So yeah, and I mean, I was actually when I went to the car, I was too scared to look in the mirror until I drove home, because I just felt how short they cut it. But I was really stoked because I had a lot of money in my handbag to go to the drop zone the day later.
You were hooked.
So yeah, yep, that was it. Done. Yep.
Now, how did you? Yeah, keep going.
No, that's how I actually ended up in South Africa from Germany. My first and only corporate job took me there.
Well, now, how long did the corporate job last while you were, spending all your nickels and dimes jumping?
So my corporate job, it was an apprenticeship of 2 years, and the trip down to South Africa was pretty much halfway. It was about 3 months, and then when I went back to Germany, I knew that I wasn't going to last in Germany. So my next mission was to convince my parents that I can sell everything that I've just bought, because I moved out of my parents' house when I was 18. So the mission was to convince them that I need to study in English, and that I need to do it somewhere where I can jump all year round. And yeah, so I went back. I finished my apprenticeship. So I did that. I didn't just run away, but I finished that. I sold everything and I moved to South Africa.
Wow. So from Germany to South Africa, and it ended up jumping your butt off there.
Yeah, so I ended up doing a lot of manifest, and then I became a jump master here. With that, you can start doing like some basic coaching, which kind of kept me going without spending, every single cent that I sort of made, but it at least kept me going. And then I was working in the bush at that time, so I was traveling a lot, and then I'd always like rush back on a Sunday, try and squeeze 1 or 2 jumps in. and then my next trip would start on the next Sunday. So then Saturday I would jump all my money out that I made in the bush. But yeah, then by the time I had 500 jumps odd, I was pretty burned out from the bush, working 18 hours a day type of thing. And then I started doing tandem video. Yep.
Wow. So by in the bush, you're talking about the safari stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Getting gullible Americans to play with shit.
Well, actually, I had really like sometimes funny, but sometimes really odd Germans. Most of my trips were German. I was a German lead guide. So unfortunately, but most of my trips were German trips. I had even people that were going to the Okavango Delta and were like, no, I don't want to touch this water. And I was like, good luck, Chuck. I mean, we're in a little wooden dugout boat traveling for like about 3 hours into the middle of the delta, and if you believe that you're not drinking this water for coffee in the morning, then you're really dumb.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now, having done actually through advice that you gave, having done that one of the safaris with my mom and my daughter, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I have no trouble at all believing that there are people stupid enough to believe that there's walking pathways and bridges over all the water and oh, yeah. Fuck. So
the reason why I was like, okay, you know what? It was a pity that it was people of, like, unfortunately, Germans. What I really noticed was when you have people, and it doesn't matter what nationality it is, but if you have people from one nationality, they will stick to their language and they will not interact with the locals.
Sure.
And that's what I found really difficult because I was so opposite about it. You sit in a bonfire in Botswana where you don't have cell phone reception. And now they're talking about the president or the chancellor of Germany, what they're doing right now. I found it like really exhausting.
Is that, I mean, it was kind of funny because when I did our safari with my daughter and my mom, there was a large group of Germans that were with our group as well. And it was like pulling teeth to get them to talk to us.
That's right.
Is that just a German thing?
I think it's a cultural thing,
But I think it has to do with the fact that I'm sure there was not just one German couple. I'm sure there was a couple more.
Sure. Yeah. No. There were. But
yeah. So I think when they kind of like group up, they don't know what else to talk about.
Fair
so
enough.
They find that one common thing,
Maybe it's because it's the whole group thing. Because I used to have amazing luck with German nannies in Las Vegas. But they were on their own, so it was Trek America, go make a skydive, German nanny. They just seemed to be the thing. I don't
Not
know.
a nanny's cheese. Dean.
So how did you guys meet?
I'm gonna leave this up to Billy.
Oh.
I don't know. Saw this chick sitting somewhere. No, she So I went to the World Cup. It was a World Cup, eh?
It was 2008.
2008 World Cup. It happened to be at the swooping World Cup. It was the second FAI World Cup in Pretoria.
World Champs.
Sorry. Yeah. And she was manifesting, and I had the peanut gallery myself and a couple of buddies were drinking as you do, drinking the sweet water.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I really met her. She was doing manifest. She had a boyfriend at the time, and then then the following year it was the World Cup in South Africa as well at the Carletonville Skydiving Club, at the Johannesburg Skydiving Club, and she had a boyfriend, and that year I'd actually taken my now ex-girlfriend, of course, with me.
I would hope.
Yeah, she lives in America still. She moved back to America. So then I saw Angie in Dubai, where I was working for a while, and we just started talking, and things.
That was in the beginning of 2011.
Well, and you guys both ended up over in Dubai. Angie, you were jumping for a team out there, weren't you?
So actually in 2011 when we met, I was still studying. I was doing my honors. Yeah, I was doing my honors and kind of got over the whole bush guarding thing. So I was mainly doing tandem camera. And my one friend that had come out to the competition, to the first competition in Dubai, as a head of delegation for South Africa, he said, "Hey, look, they have their second competition going. Why don't you come with as a team manager? It's like 2 weeks of holiday for like, can't remember. I think it was like $300 or something, very cheap. It was very cheap for 2 weeks, including transport and food and everything."
Wow.
So I was like, sure, cool, I'll go with like a couple of jumps, maybe, whatever. So I ended up going, and that's when I saw Billy again. And then, then we just stayed in touch for a while and whatever. And then next thing I know, we decided we need to make a plan. I kind of sort of live in the same place. And then because I was studying through distance university, so I could actually study anywhere. So that's how I ended up going to Dubai. And they sort of, told me they were interested for me to work at the Palm. And then I was like, but if I work 6 days a week, I know I won't finish my studies. I know I'll just stop.
Sure.
And then I just waited for the next opportunity, I guess, which was filming the girls' team. Yeah.
Wow, that's very cool. That's very, very. So you guys met a number of different times, and then ended up becoming a couple over in Dubai.
Yeah, pretty much, because we made a decision. We had to sort of, to make it work, live in the same place. So I made a move. Yep.
You made it happen.
Yeah, well, the thing was, I really, really love the bush, but working in the bush like I was, physically, I wasn't able to do anymore. It was tough work that, I was doing everything from like digging up fires to toilets to shoveling shit back in a hole and making food and telling people what the animals were about and, sitting at night in my tent writing assignments and whatever.
People go on vacation and they leave their brains at home.
I would be brushing my teeth and people would be like, I said, where are we on the map? And I'd be like, I don't fucking know.
Well, these are the same groups of people that are probably trying to walk up to pet the elephants.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And then you wonder why people get like decapitated in the Delta. Yeah.
How many times did you just want to let them do it? Just go, fuck it. Just go. Yeah, go pet the elephant. Just go ahead.
A lot of times. I'm not lying. At least there was one person on every trip where I was like, Jesus, really?
Oh, yeah.
And my difficulty was I was in the beginning of my 20s. So who the fuck is going to listen to me?
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know. Probably me in Africa, for Christ's sakes. I mean, what was there was just a couple of stories recently. One guy got out of one of the trucks to take a picture with a lion, eaten. Somebody tried to pet a lion from one of the trucks, ripped the arm off. And every time I hear those stories, I just go, yeah, fuck you. You deserved it.
That's right. I totally agree.
Please do more of that. And there's no refunds on this tour.
Yeah.
Fuck them. I mean, come on. If you're stupid enough to want to go, take a selfie with a lion in Africa, you kind of deserve it.
Yeah. Well, apparently there was a picture, I think in the early 80s in South Africa, where this guy got out of the car to take, I don't know where they're from, but this person got out the car, they take a picture, turned around, took a picture in the picture on the front page was there's a person standing smiling at the camera, and behind him is a lion in full flight. How dumb can you be? That guy obviously didn't survive.
That's awesome. That's just fucking Darwinism literally in full effect. And people say skydivers are fucking crazy and stupid because we jump out of airplanes. We're the sane ones in those groups.
Yeah. Like, well, that's dangerous. Nah, it's fine. We'll be okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I'm going to go try and pet a fucking lion. Jesus. So you guys kind of went full circle, having both started in jumping in South Africa, or started really jumping busily in South Africa, and then Billy, you take off to or back home, and you meet in South Africa a couple of times, and then you end up hooking up in Dubai. But now you're back in South Africa as adults with like babies and shit.
Yeah, we've got 2 kids, 2 boys.
Oh, goodness.
A house and
I reckon an airplane.
And a
drop zone. So are there any, do you have a Billy that runs around that you have to deal with? Do you have one of you on your drop zone?
I cut them off at the knees the first week I was here.
Do you?
Yeah, no, I did. Hey, I pulled the trigger real quick.
Oh, well, because you gotta you know everything that's coming because you fucking did all that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man,
Exactly.
I mean, we play it down. The Skydance was, from my estimation, Skydance was one of the more mellow drop zones that I ever worked at because I guess a lot of the craziness had already happened, but I'd already worked at Cross Keys, which was fucking an insane drop zone. So the wild times that I had at Skydance were pretty mellow by my estimation, but it used to get pretty out of control out there.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good. You know, we had a golf cart and creepers and on the runway, and then one day there was the lights all of a sudden came on and it was in the middle of the runway. Yes, that was funny. You saw people fucking run then. Get out of the runway, you know, we're all drunk and
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
And all of a sudden the plane comes and lands on the runway, in the middle of the night.
What do you know?
Jeez, imagine that.
Do you remember, I think you were there, when one of the guys that owned one of the hangars on Skydance decided he was going to do a dry run up the runway in the airplane he was building, but it didn't have wings on it yet?
No, I wasn't there for that.
You weren't there for that? Oh, I was. I
No.
thought you for sure you were there because I know you and your dad did a lot of work with shipping aircraft and stuff. And anyway,
Yes.
this guy was in one of the hangars and he was doing one of those home built jobbies and wooden propeller and everything. And he decides he's going to taxi this thing high speed up the runway, but it doesn't have any fucking wings. And I guess not realizing that the tail that's still there is going to have lift, even if there's no fucking wings. He just hammers it and starts flying down the runway. I'm on descent to come in and fucking land when I watch as he hits the midway point of the runway when the tail gets lifted and puts the prop into the runway and the damn thing just tumbles.
That's too funny.
Oh, dude.
Sorry.
And it's
That's too funny.
Oh, it was hilarious as soon as I knew he wasn't dead. That was my first question was, is anybody dead or hurt? No. Okay, that's fucking funny.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
I do remember there was one guy at the drop zone. He showed up one night and he'd been drinking a little bit and he's like, you don't need a parachute to skydive. I'm like, what do you mean? He says, no, I just use my fucking belt. I take my belt off and I lasso the power lines and I ride the power line down and I land. I'm fine. I'm like,
Yep.
bro, you're an idiot. And he
Yep.
says, this PLF shit, you don't need a PLF. I'm like, bro. Okay, now we've all had a little bit too much to drink. Okay, obviously there comes a time. And he's like, no, I'll jump off the fucking hangar. I'm like, no. And all of us like, yeah, whatever. Sure, you're gonna jump off the hangar. Well, at the top of the hangar, there's all those that pea gravel, those little rocks that are sitting there.
Yep.
And I walk out, and about 10 minutes later, we hear this. Hey guys, check this out! And the fucking guy jumps.
Yep.
He jumps off the top of the hangar.
Yep.
And he hits the ground, and his feet hit, and then his head hits his feet, and he bounces up about 2-3 feet. So we run over there, and we check him out, and he's like, no, I'm fine. He starts crawling to his car. I'm like, are you okay, bro? He's like, no, I'm fine. I'm just a little bit stiff, here and there. I'm okay. Anyway, so
Oh God.
he tries to drive away, and his car gets stuck in the mud. So because it had been raining a while before that, and there was a lot of mud. He gets stuck in the mud and can't go anywhere. So we're like, okay, well, we'll just leave the guy. He'll be fine. He's a little bit sore, but he'll be fine. Well, the next morning we wake up, and he's not there. He's gone.
Yep.
He'd driven his car away. About 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, his dad shows up.
Yep.
And he says, my son had 2 fucking broken ankles, 2 fucking broken legs. And how did you guys let him drive? We're like, bro, your son is 35 years old. He's a man.
In the
He jumped
loosest.
off the fucking What an idiot.
Yeah, in the loosest sense of the word. Yeah, I remember him vividly. In fact, Jim Matthews and I talked about him because, oh, fuck me. I mean, that's just a story that people don't believe. They just don't believe it. And even when Jim and I talked about it, one of the details he kind of skipped was when he hit the fucking ground, he ended up on his side and it knocked all the wind out of him. And he was trying to, a lot of people's first instinct when you hurt yourself is to just jump up and run it out. But he couldn't jump up. So he was basically running himself around in circles in the pea gravel on his side. Oh, yeah,
it's-
it was fucking horrible. Oh, yeah, a few silly things happened there. Actually, you were on the drop zone for for actually probably my worst landing ever.
yeah, I don't want to say anything, but
No,
I
by all
was.
means, I fucking frapped
Uh,
my ass in.
oh no, my dad and I we were working on in the hangar. We were shipping. I think we're shipping out 3 182s. I think they were going. I think they're actually coming out of South Africa. But my dad comes out. He's like, "Oh, they're landing. Could you come out and check them land?" So I come out and I watch this fucking idiot on a velocity. I think it was a 96, maybe.
103.
Is that what? 103.
Yeah.
I forget. Yes, bro. I saw you hit the ground. Perry was running to you. Fuck. We thought you had. I stood there and watched, and Perry got you, and he said he thought you were dead.
Yep.
And I'd never seen somebody hit the ground that hard before until then. Yes, bro.
Well,
You must have bounced.
I did.
You skipped pretty good. You didn't go straight down, which was good. You skipped, which is all right. But you're tough. You're a tough bastard.
Yeah,
you stood up and.
It was lucky because it was they had tilled the fields relatively recently, so it wasn't that hard packed dirt, or I would have fucking broken every goddamn thing I had.
Yes, bro. You hit the ground all day.
Oh yeah, well it was because I hadn't jumped my rig in like 6 months. I wasn't shooting any video at Skydance for quite a while, and I wasn't really fun jumping. I was just chucking drogues and going home. And Zach Kimsey came out to get signed off on the 182. So he was going to fly the 182, and so I trained him for a little while, and then his sign off was, all right, fucking take me up. I'm going to make a jump. Well, I hadn't jumped my rig in ages, like probably 6 months, and I wasn't even current the last time that I jumped. And so I hooked my 103 like I'd been on it the load before, stayed on my rears too long, stalled the thing out, and just fucking pounded into the ground. And then Perry comes running out to me, and all I remember is all of a sudden I'm standing up and Perry is on his knees with his arms around my waist, crying, horrified, going, "Oh my God, Dean, I thought you were dead." Well, of course, it turns out I broke my fucking tailbone, but Uncle Goddamn Ray wouldn't let me go. He's like, "No, dude, you got to fly the pack. We've got loads." So I have to dust myself off, climb into the Pac 750 and fly like 3 loads on a broken tailbone. I don't know it's broken, of course, but I'm in a shitload of pain. So I fly 3 fucking loads, and I finally go to Ray and go, "Dude, I gotta go to the doctor."
Yeah, but that was at the time where you were fucking crashing 3 rock stars at a time.
Oh, I was. Oh yeah, no, I was a maniac. I had to be to keep up with the business that we were doing out there. So I go to the doctor, and it was the stupidest question I ever got from a doctor. They x-rayed my ass, and the doctor, yeah, they x-rayed my ass, and the doctor comes in, and it's a female doctor, nothing against women, just happened to be a female doctor, with the nurse, and the doctor's looking at the x-ray, and she asks me what happened, and I said, "Oh, I had a skydiving accident," and she gasped and went, "Did your parachute not open?" And I took one look at the nurse and looked at the doctor again, and I went, "You're my doctor?"
It must have not opened because you hit the ground pretty fucking hard.
Yeah, I did hit the ground pretty fucking hard. Oh man, yeah, that was bad. That was bad. We had so many fucking hilarious times out there too. Were you there when we shot Mythbusters?
No, I'd left by then already.
Were you there? Yeah, that was a fun time too. But all right, so back to Pretoria though. So now you're the drop zone owner. What kind of stupid shit's going on out there? I know it's happening.
No, I've got a pretty good handle on stuff these days.
You think they're not getting it past you?
No, I know exactly what's going on in my drop zone.
So did you have the meetings like Ray used to have that you're not allowed to fuck the students?
No.
So you can bang your students at your drop zone?
They can if they want. It's like because of free country.
It's fucking customer service, right?
Exactly. That's the way I look at it.
It's customer retention. If you get a good tandem and they want to go, that's just. I think that's just polite, don't you?
Great PR, I guess you could say.
All right. So for anybody out there listening that's thinking about making a trip to South Africa, you're going to want to go to Skydive Pretoria because you can get jumped and fucked. By the staff, there is no fucking students rule at Skydive Pretoria.
Obviously, you've never seen my instructors. That's okay.
Oh, oops. So you got the Pac 750. That's a big fucking plane, man. How was this an established drop zone when you guys bought it, or is this?
Yeah, there now 50.
Since 1963.
Wow.
So it's the oldest drop zone in South Africa for sure.
So this drop zone has been around forever. That's really cool. So there's a shitload of history there.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of history. There's the drop zones was one of the first drop zones in the world to hold a world meet.
Wow.
In the
in the
no
60s.
Yeah, somewhere in the 60s. I think it was Classic at Gersey. Oh, I got to refresh my memory here.
Wow.
But it's got a lot of history, eh?
For sure.
It's a phenomenal drop zone, and for me, I mean, I love flying my parachute. For any of those, it's
altitude lovers.
Yeah, if any of those people looking to fly a parachute far and fast, you got to come to Pretoria. We're at 4,200 feet above sea level.
Yep.
And sometimes the density altitude can get up to 6,000-7,000 feet. So
when you guys just had a competition, didn't you?
We just had the national competition, the nationals, but we are having the world champs are in the World Cup is in November.
Wow.
So of CP, that's a CP World Cup, and there will be but all the records will be broken at the drop zone.
Well, with that kind of field elevation, and now with these new, what's the new harness?
The Mutant.
The Mutant harness. Yeah.
I mean, Sven Giuseppe just went over like 220 meters, 230 meters.
That's fucking obscene, man. Airplanes land in half that distance.
Yeah, exactly. With a little bit of a crosswind, and no tailwind, no nothing. It was a pretty calm day. So
seriously, I can land a fucking otter in a lot less than that.
Oh, easy. You can land an otter in the length of the 90-meter pond that I have.
Wow, that's just fucking epic. Well, so you guys are running the Pac 750. You're doing competitions and stuff. Are you? How's the AFF? And are doing a shitload of tandems? And
we've got a great AFF program. We've got a bunch of really good seasoned instructors, and I have about 5 or 6 tandem instructors that we rotate throughout the month, and we're mainly a fun jumping drop zone.
Nice.
We're not really. We do tandems, obviously. We do lots of AFF, but we are mainly a fun jump drop zone.
We're pushing for, getting the level up and doing some cool stuff for fun jumpers as well, not just tandem operation.
Well, that's awesome too.
We just created a new flight school, skydive
SP flight
school.
Wow.
And so there's a lot happening. Hey, we got a bunch of really good skydivers at our drop zone.
You got some kick-ass load organizers and coaches out there too, yeah?
Absolutely.
We had a nice boogie during February, March. We have a partnership with the drop zone where I actually grew up. So every year in their summer, one of us or both of us goes over there, load organizers and visits and coaches and helps out with whatever help they need. And so this year they actually came out with a whole bunch of people. So I think it was like about 12 of them that showed up here.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, and then we had another canopy piloting group from Nina Engel. They showed up over here at the same time. So yeah, we had like a 2-week boogie in February, March.
Oh, that's super cool. Well, it sounds to me like with the all-around weather and the facilities that you got going and the aircraft and the people, that you can turn this place, or if it's not already, a hell of a destination spot.
Yeah, that's one of the big things we're working on at the moment. That's why we wanted to have the World Cup here, just so that everybody can see what it's all about. The safari spots are anywhere from 15 minutes to 4 hours away, depending on how big you want to go and what you want to see.
Sure.
We've got the Big Five 15 minutes away from us. If nobody knows what the Big Five are, there's the 5 most dangerous animals in South Africa.
Most difficult to hunt.
Most difficult to hunt, sorry.
All right. She is the pro. You just fucked with rich California people.
Hollywood,
You were the Hollywood shit guy.
There you go.
So are you gonna branch out then and start doing safaris and jumping? That'd be a hell of a package, man. What a fucking vacation tour that'd be. Fuck the hot air.
Yeah,
Fuck the hot air
we've
balloon
looked into-
shit. Fucking do tandems and safaris.
yeah, we've looked into that, and it'll eventually will go that way. But we need to really establish ourselves as a proper destination, you know. And once we have our name out there, then we will be able to branch out and start doing other stuff. It's a long road, hey. Like Rome wasn't built in a day, and we've only been doing it for almost 2 years, just over 2 years now.
Less. We started in October 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, you're just getting started in it. There's a whole lot to come then. That's awesome. But you're also got the 2 kids as well. You guys got to be busy as hell.
Correct.
So it went from crashing vans and ditches and getting laid and all that stuff to now you got 2 kids and your staff can bang the students, but you guys probably don't get laid at all.
No, bro. I worked in Dubai for 8 years. I was a big stepping stone in my life. I grew up a little bit in Dubai, somewhat, until I got here.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's very, very cool. Well, and I bet she keeps you in line too, though. If she knows the big 5, and I guarantee she can go hunt the fucking things. So.
Yeah, no, my wife carries a big stick wherever she goes.
So Nomers is out there with you guys too, isn't she?
She is. What an amazing person.
Oh, Nom. Oh, you got to give her a big fucking hug and tell her I miss the hell out of her.
I will.
And tell her also she's going to be on this podcast. I know she's terrified. She's going to listen to she's fucking shitting her pants. She doesn't want to talk to me on this podcast because she knows I'm just going to have.
She's heard some stories. So.
I know she's got some stories. People just get nervous about talking on the podcast. It's just me in my underwear sitting in the toilet talking to you guys.
Yeah, and 5 million other people fucking listening.
Well, but I pretend they're not there.
I think from now on, I'm going to be known as the shit guy.
No, it's the diamond shit guy.
A diamond in the rough shit guy.
Diamond shit guy. You get the rich fucking. Hey, come on, no, that's bragging rights. If you can get rich women with diamond rings to dig their hands into shit, you're doing something right. Come on, that's some sales right there. You guys are gonna succeed no matter what with that shit.
That was good times.
So, have you guys got a website up? Someplace people can go check out the badass videos and see all the pictures and all this shit?
So most of our stuff is on Facebook, but we do have a homepage where we also have a fun jumper section and a section for the World Cup, which is skydivespretoria.com.
Okay.
But yeah, we're pretty how can I say, we're open to anything. So if people say they, with a certain amount of people, they want to come out here, have a holiday and do skydives or whatever, check in. We'll make it happen.
Now
we can also cater tours to people.
Sure.
There's no bounds and there's no limits to what we can do, hey, because we're slowly but surely starting to branch out to the safari game parks everywhere out in this area. So we will eventually.
Which is fucking awesome. So, how many are you guys putting in the pack? So what's a load for you guys?
A normal load in the summertime is probably 12.
Max. More like 11. When it's really hot and we're loaded with fuel, we'd rather do 11.
That's good. That's really good. All right. Well, so we'll kind of put it out there, especially for groups of people wherever they may be in the UK or the States looking to escape winter as it rolls back around. Put a fucking group together and go to Skydive Pretoria for a couple of weeks and tear it up out there and then go see some big cats and do something stupid.
Absolutely. And definitely the one big thing we which I think is a huge bonus, especially for the people coming from Europe, we don't have a time difference.
That's awesome. That makes life really easy. From the States, it's a little bit different. But then again, if you're going to get a group to come from the States, hopefully they're coming for more than just a couple of days. That's you come for a couple of weeks.
It doesn't matter where you're from. It's about a 15-hour flight.
Oh, no, not really. Like Europe is about 10.
Okay. Now, how about
15 hours.
So say facilities for people that want to come and make a jumping safari type trip out of it. Have you guys got places to stay at the drop zone?
So I wanted a guest house originally, and my husband wanted a drop zone. So I had to step back while he bought the airplane and the clap and make another plan. So I offer permanent safari tents.
Well, there you
So
go.
we're talking about a tent that you can stand up in, and most of them have queen size beds.
Okay.
Now, 2 of them have 2 single beds, with the linen towels, the whole shebang, even skydiving magazines next to your bed. Yeah,
Awesome.
that whole thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, those glamping tents, I did that when we stayed in Hyena Pen. Was that in Botswana? Yeah, in Botswana.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they had us as far away from the main lodge as possible, so at like midnight you could hear the hyenas sniffing right next to your tent. So me and my American daughter shitting ourselves.
Yeah, and so the tents go for like, I don't know, I think it's like $8 a night type of thing, but yeah.
Nice.
Fully catered more or less. And we have like we call it the commune at the drop zone, where we have like a fridge and all the cutlery, crockery, that sort of thing.
Awesome.
Going. Otherwise, we have a really nice swimming pool.
Awesome.
And lots of trees and whatever. So it's a little paradise. We are in the city, but we're not in the city, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Now, so say there is a group listening that wants to try and plan something out. How do they direct message you? Is there an email that they get a hold of? You want to give a phone number out?
Best is they send me an email at ange@skydivepretoria.com.
Okay.
And we'll get the ball rolling.
All right, Angie@skydivpretoria.com. Diamond Shitster. You should get an email address, something like that.
Yeah,
would be good.
Yeah. We have a bar on the drop zone. We have a big bonfire place. We have
barbecue.
It's a braai in this country. Okay.
Braai, sorry.
So a spot for some proper mayhem. You can have some fun and get in a little proper respectable trouble.
Absolutely, yeah,
awesome.
For sure. We like to have a good time here. There's we're on a big airport, but
That's awesome though, and the instructors can bang the students.
Well, we have a braai and a bar area, but the ultimate goal is actually to do really fucking awesome skydives.
Absolutely.
So that goal. We're not a drinking club with a skydiving problem. We are actually skydiving problem with a little bit of a drinking problem.
Well, there you go. Well, that's a happy mix, though. Well, and especially when you've got talent like Nomers out there, or Billy Yu, for canopy stuff, and her for ridiculous free flying and canopy stuff. I mean, when you've got that kind of talent, the shit that you guys are going to be able to start pulling off as you get your crowd up is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, no, we got quite a few locals here. Hey, we've already built up quite a good local base. I think I have about 8 guys already that are coming through the ranks that were able to do some moving skydives and
awesome.
Some bunch of stuff that we're able to do already. So yeah, there's the skills there. And then when it comes to, if you guys want a belly fly or anything, Angie's she's a reputable belly flyer. She's done a lot of skydiving.
No, nothing.
No, my wife's a lot better than people think.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well,
she's very good.
I can't wish you guys more luck and success in what you got going on out there, and it's a hell of a long way from Davis, California, or for jumping in cloudy Germany for sure. It's super fucking cool.
It's good, eh?
You know what? We're not quite yet in the middle of winter, but we have like sort of autumn winter already, which it gets a bit chilly at night. But you know what? It's 28 degrees during the day.
It's like 80
and
degrees.
Every single morning we get up, we look out the curtain, we go like, oh fuck, another tough day in Africa.
Right.
And we only have blue skies. There's not one cloud in the sky, but yeah.
Well, that's fantastic.
It reminds a little bit of Dubai, except for it's green and the sun is shining.
Yeah, no, that's nothing to bitch about. You can fly an airplane, you can jump out of it. There's green on the ground, there's blue in the sky, and it's not freezing. Well, fuck, what else do you need? That sounds pretty goddamn epic to me.
And we can jump 7 days a week if we want to.
Yeah, and 7 days a week.
That's around.
And that's all, yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Unfortunately, this year we only have two. My wife and I only had on the schedule. We only have 2 weekends off for the entire year.
Jesus. Well, yeah. Hey, I mean, come on. Eventually, you'll be able to have staff to take care of all of it for you. But for now, you guys got to get that rolling.
Jesus.
Well, that's too cool, guys. So everybody's going to need to go to skydivepretoria.com. That's your homepage. Angie at skydivpretoria.com for emails to set up some group stuff and to do the safari shit. I mean, it all sounds absolutely incredible. Anything else you want everybody out there to know before we go?
When are you coming out?
Yeah, exactly.
I got to get out there. This year's a little different, though. This year I'm taking off in November. I'm using my vacation time to go hike up and see Mount Everest, go to base camp because I turned 50.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Well, if you know anybody that wants to fly packs, I'm looking for a pack pilot.
All right, there you go. A little advertisement for pack pilots out there. I might know a few people. I'll have to put some feelers out. Have you got minimums? What kind of hours you looking for? What kind of experience you're looking for?
I need. Let's say I need it's kind of like the States. I need 1,000 hours minimum. And a little bit more strict on the turbine time. I need 250 hours turbine time.
Cool. Yeah, you don't want to cook those things, man. They're fucking expensive.
Yeah, you're telling me.
All right, cool. Well, hey, if anybody wants to reach out, if you can reach out to me or reach out to these guys if you're flying a PAC 750 or you want to fly a PAC 750 and you got some turbine time, we'll see if we can't get you in the air over Skydive Pretoria. Guys, it's fucking amazing catching up with you guys. I'm going to have to try and drag myself out there for sure next year. It ain't going to be this year, but I got to come check out the place.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll wait till you see the videos that come out from the World Cup. And, all the swoopers out there, they're in for a treat, eh? The swoopers are in for a treat, that's for sure.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to see it. I know it's going to be fucking spectacular. Guys, thanks so much for being on. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Dean. Appreciate you, buddy. Take it easy.
Take care, guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Well, Skydive Pretoria sounds like quite the fucking setup. You got the altitude for some monster swoops across the pond. You got the beautiful scenery. Not too far out of town, you got Billy and Angie to take really good care of you. A PAC 750 to jump out of. And if you're a PAC 750 pilot looking for work, maybe a PAC 750 for you to fly. And, of course, if you're an instructor that likes to go the extra mile and help service your customers even before and after the jump, well, Skydive Pretoria is absolutely the spot. This has been another edition of Lunatic Fringe Into the Void, and I am once again the fucking pilot, brought to you proudly in association with Blue Skies Magazine. As it's already been established, it's the greatest magazine in the known universe. You're going to want to head to blueskiesmag.com to get yourself all kinds of cool swag, get some issues, back issues, I should say, or go ahead and just subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. If you want to write for Blue Skies Magazine, start putting pen to paper. If I can do it, you can. And if you got some cool shit you want to advertise with Blue Skies Magazine, you're definitely going to want to do that as well. Hit them up. There'll be links to email at blueskies.com. With me, you can catch me everywhere. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, The Fucking Pilot, all over the place. TheFuckingPilot.net is my website. You can email me directly there. You can also go on that website to get links directly to both the books that I've got on sale. One is the Fucking Pilot book, with Blue Skies Magazine's previously published issues, or articles, I should say, and then the Accidental Stripper, which is about exactly what you think it's about. Hopefully, if I can pull my head out of my ass and manage to read through the entire thing without dying of embarrassment, you will also have an audiobook format of the Accidental Stripper as well on thefuckingpilot.net and on Amazon. So check in for all of that stuff as well. Again, thanks for joining me for another cool edition of Lunatic Fringe Into the Void, and we will see you next time around.